You are tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by Replays, Gameware, Movies, and More, and IDE Computers. Now your hosts, Sam Dunham, Cody Pinnick, Samantha Cross, and Josh Harrison.
Hey, welcome to the Nerd Overload, the show that covers everything in pop and geek culture from Animorphs to Zach Morris. I'm Josh Harrison.
I'm Sam Dunham.
I'm Samantha Cross.
And I'm Cody Pinnick.
Boy, we have a great show for you guys. A bunch of stuff lined up here. As always, I think we're going to go around the room and talk a little bit about stuff we've been checking out this week.
Well, I've been playing Mario Party 10. The new Mario Party just came out. It's really good. I'm really surprised. They took it in a lot of interesting ways. It kind of develops on the last Mario Party where you all move together on the board instead of separately.
Cool.
I haven't done Bowser Party yet, which is kind of the main thing.
New feature,
yeah. But the regular mode is fun.
Yeah, I've seen videos of Bowser Party, and it looks super fun for the one person playing Bowser.
Like, it's just been me and Samantha playing it, so I don't know how fun it would be to do Bowser Party with one other person.
Yeah, true.
It'd just be one person getting mad at the other.
Yeah.
Which happened last time.
Yeah, when I pushed you in the lava on that one lava minigame.
I pouted the entire game.
You did.
Aww.
It's not nice. I do not play dirty.
But it's fun. The minigames are... A surprising number of them have you hold the Wiimote sideways, and it's like kind of a regular Super Mario Brothers type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they cut down on a lot of the stupid waggle the remote around minigames.
Oh, that's good.
Good. Nobody likes those.
Yeah.
Amiibo mode is different.
I was going to ask you about that.
It plays like regular Mario Party where you all get to move around, but the board is really small. And you have to tap your amiibo on the gamepad constantly for some reason.
Tap.
Really?
Like, it's just a quick tap to register what amiibo you're using, I guess. But it's all the time.
Oh, that's weird.
Like, I can't imagine doing it with 4 people.
Yeah, you'd really have to pass the gamepad around. And
yeah, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it's something we're going to have to try sometime.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
But it's good. It's a good game. I don't regret purchasing it.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I was listening to Radiolab, and they had a story about wrestling. They talked about Bret the Hitman Hart. Well, they call it the Montreal Screwjob. Got screwed over.
Yeah, by Vince McMahon.
Okay.
It was when he couldn't decide whether he wanted to move over to the WCW or stay with the WWF.
Okay.
Back when they were separate things.
Yeah.
From a long time ago.
And he finally decided he was going to go to the WCW because Vince McMahon made him start playing a bad guy, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And of course, WCW was offering him like $9 million.
Well, that would make the decision pretty cut and dry. Sure.
I don't even want to go over what happened on his last. It was his last match with the WWF.
Who was he? Was it Shawn Michaels?
Shawn Michaels,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know anything about Shawn Michaels, but he's ridiculous.
He's like the antithesis to Bret Hart. Like he was
at the start of the ring, I can't say it on the radio.
Making a lewd
gesture with a Canadian flag. There we go.
Because Bret Hart's Canadian.
That's a whole other thing. They made him anti-American.
Yeah, his bad guy character was anti-American, pro-Canada.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and they showed clips of people, and they were just so mad at him and hated him.
And he used to be this hero character that everybody loved, but they made him play a heel.
Huh.
Which is wrestling for bad guys.
They decide, basically, they go in before the match, because they don't really know exactly what's going to happen yet, even the night of the match. Mm-hmm. They're trying to decide, and they ultimately decide, because he actually wore a wire when he talked to Vince.
Yeah, for the documentary.
And basically just disqualify you because they don't want to have the belt. I'm like, okay, let's keep my head up. And
yeah, he didn't want to lose the belt on his last match because he had the championship belt.
Right.
He didn't want to lose it on his last match in his hometown.
Yeah.
But when first everything's going fine, and then
Shawn Michaels puts Bret Hart in his signature hold.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
And they ring the bell real quick, like he had submitted. Like Bret Michaels had submitted, and he didn't. So he lost his belt. He didn't know it was going to happen. Vince McMahon screwed him over and took his belt
Wow.
on his last match. This is a really good documentary. I don't even really
I know,
care
it's
for
like, this is-
wrestling.
We're not doing it justice at all. Maybe
No.
this is a mistake.
Yeah.
But no, after the fight, apparently Vince locks himself in his room, but apparently gets in, punches him in the face, and knocks him out. And the next night, or was it the next week? I don't remember. But it was,
Next time wrestling was on.
yeah. Well, he shows Vince basically. That's when he changes. Because before he was just kind of like an announcer, and nobody really knew that he actually owned it.
Right.
That's when he like changed and got to like more of the Vince you know today.
Yeah, the character of Mr. McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Basically, like, Brett screwed Brett. And we didn't do anything. It's his own fault.
But it was totally Vince McMahon's fault.
Wow. Now, where can you find this documentary?
It's on. We watched it on Hulu.
Okay. What was it called again?
Brett, or was it Hitman Hart Wrestling with Shadows?
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to check out because the early wrestling stuff, that's always been kind of fascinating to me. I've never really been into it other than, joking about like Randy Savage and stuff. But
It's
But
a
seems-
little bit after that time.
Yeah,
Because it was
yeah.
right before when the WWF started getting real adult and smutty. That was another reason why Bret Hart wanted out, because it was turning into something his kids couldn't watch anymore.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. That sounds really interesting.
Let's see here. I've done a few things this week. I got Princess Leia #1 from Marvel Comics. I finally got my hands on that one. It's interesting. It takes place like soon as like right after the credits start at the end of the original Star Wars film, like right at the Yavin Medal ceremony. Like as soon as like it would have gone to credits, like it showed like very first panel shows like Chewie doing his Wookiee roar, and then boom, it goes into what's going on in the comic, and basically Leia's like doing a kind of talking about the people of Alderaan, and it's all sad and stuff that her planet got blown up, but people like in the crowd are kind of murmuring, they're calling her like Ice Princess and stuff like that because she's not really showing emotion. And then the rebel leadership decides they have to immediately move because now that the Empire knows where their base is, they have to go find a new place, and they're sending like scouting crews out everywhere to go find places to go. And Leia's sitting there talking like, give me something to do, and the one guy, I can't remember his name, is basically talking about how they can't do that because the Empire's put a price on her head, and basically the price on any citizen of Alderaan that was off-world. So basically she has to stay, like, hidden away, and she doesn't like that idea. So she ends up getting with this female rebel pilot who's also from Alderaan, and she's all... I can't tell if she's doing it sarcastically or she's actually doing it, but she's trying to follow royal protocol or whatever. She's all the time, like, addressing her as Her Majesty and bowing and stuff like that, and she's like, don't do that. And this pilot keeps telling her, well, if I don't, not only is our world gone, but that means our ways are gone too.
Okay.
Huh.
But basically, they kind of go AWOL together, and they're off trying to do. Basically, I think they're off doing their own scouting thing and trying to find a world. And that's pretty much for the book. It's not a very long book. Like Darth Vader #1 was a lot longer.
Right. It was like a double size, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'd kind of been on the fence about picking that one up. I know I'd picked up the Star Wars and Darth Vader, and I mean, it sounds interesting enough, but I don't know.
I like it. I plan on picking up all the Star Wars stuff they do. Like when Kanan, the Last Padawan, comes out in April, I'll probably end up picking that up too. That ties into the Star Wars Rebels animated series.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Yavin Medal ceremony, I saw on the internet somebody made their own like definitive cut of Star Wars, and they digitally added a medal in for Chewie.
Oh, nice. See, I always was under the impression that he didn't get the medal, but he got the last line in the movie.
Yeah.
It's true. But again, it's the whole, that galaxy is awfully xenophobic.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I also, after a long hiatus, I started playing Marvel Heroes again.
I popped into that the other day.
Yeah, I ended up unlocking Venom,
Cool.
and it's a lot of fun.
I got Black Widow the other day. I got a random hero unlock.
Yeah,
I got
that's
Black
what I
Widow.
got. Yeah, I am. Oh God, I can't remember. I'm like level I think I'm like almost level 15 or 16 or something now, and I have a whole bunch of cosmic gear.
Nice.
Oh yeah, for high-end items drop like crazy in the game.
Huh.
It's ridiculous.
I had maxed out a Daredevil a while ago, but then they raised the cap, so he's not maxed out anymore. And I hate that when they change something in the way your special move tree is, they just dump all your points and you have to reapply them. It's like, I don't remember what moves were good or what I used to use. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun than I remember it. They've changed a lot of stuff and they've added a lot of stuff.
Speaking of Star Wars, I've been playing the Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO. Man, that is a good game.
The idea was great. I mean, it was very ambitious. I can kind of understand why it went free to play, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the story, like playing through the storylines like it was a single-player game.
Well, yeah, I think they did a good job of that, because each little scene is the thing, and you can choose your dialogue tree. And
yeah, instead of just going up to a quest and getting a window with some text in it and saying, kill 3 wildebeests, there's actually a cutscene where a character explains what they want you to do and why, and you can choose your reaction to what they're saying. You can be a tough guy, or you can, be concerned about what is wrong. Like, you actually get to roleplay your character, kind of like you would in
the other Old Republic games.
Yeah, or any BioWare game like Mass Effect or.
Yeah, and I like how it's all fully voiced over.
Yeah.
But I know you were talking about the other day how you're kind of mad that you're just doing your job as a bounty hunter and it's just giving you dark side points.
It's giving me dark side points for killing the bounties I'm supposed to kill. I was like, I'm just trying to do my job.
But at the same time, though, bounty hunter is a Sith Empire.
Yeah, it's a bad guy class for some reason. I don't understand that.
I don't know. When I played it before, I was bounty hunter for a long time, and then I also made what was a Sith Inquisitor or something like that.
Yeah,
and I was running around on Korriban.
Yeah, I think I just started one of those, and I used to play Smuggler, too. That was the first class I went with Smuggler, because why wouldn't you want to be Han Solo?
That's true. What else have I done? Oh, I've been trying to catch up on Steven Universe. YouTube has been a great asset to me.
It's such a great show. I
Yeah.
think we talked about it last week, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Oh my God, it's getting so deep.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The character writing is just amazing.
Well, I like that, and I like how every character is unique, like the way they look and everything. I mean, come on, you got Lars at the donut shop with the big
Gauges
gauged out ears,
yeah.
and nobody is normal. Like, everyone is a different body type. Everyone is just interesting.
Yeah.
There are no just cookie cut characters, and I think that's the one thing I like the most about it. And then the writing is just solid.
It's one of the best written kids shows I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's almost not kid. It's about as much kiddie as Adventure Time is sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the ones I just watched was where Garnet and Amethyst fuse into a Sugalite.
Oh yeah, that's voiced by Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, and the dance that Garnet does, I was like, what? Especially the ending little flare thing.
Oh yeah, and then Pearl covers Steven's eyes.
It's like, what? I want to see. But that's pretty much been all of my check it out.
Okay, I just have something really quick so we can move on. I've been watching a whole bunch of old DVDs because I finally got them out of boxes and got them up and displayed. And I went through and watched the old Mortal Kombat Annihilation movies.
Mortal Kombat!
Yeah. For what it is, Mortal Kombat is not too bad.
No, I love the first movie. It's great.
The first movie's pretty good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Christopher Lambert, the Highlander, supposed to be playing a
Chinese Thunder God.
Chinese Thunder God, yeah, and his weird accented laugh, like
that he's always done in every movie he's ever been.
Every movie, it's like he has an accent on his laugh. It's crazy, but some interesting stuff about that. I guess at one point they're going to cast what's his name, Brandon Lee, the Crow,
Yeah,
as Johnny Cage. and it was like the movie that he was going to do after The Crow, but unfortunately,
he passed away while filming The Crow.
Yeah. And Cameron Diaz was supposed to be Sonya Blade, but she sprained her wrist or something before filming, so they had to like default to like whoever it was that ended up playing her.
Whoever it was that nobody knows.
It could have been a completely different movie if they would have had a bigger cast. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. This is the first time I'd seen it. I bought it in a 4-pack.
Really, that was the first time you'd seen it?
First time I'd seen it.
Oh man, I wish I would have been here for that.
And it was as perfectly serviceable and pretty decent. The first one was. Annihilation is garbage. It is quite possibly one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. The effects. I've seen YouTube videos, like not even like high quality YouTube videos, but just like shot on a GoPro YouTube videos with better special effects and better cinematography than like the green screen shots are so apparent.
Oh yeah, and like some like the acting and delivery is just awful.
Man,
like Katana's mom.
Oh god, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Mother, you're alive. Too bad you die.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oof, it's rough. It's rough.
The recasting of Raiden.
As James Remar.
Killing Johnny Cage like in the first 2 seconds of the
he's
film.
gone within the very beginning. Yeah. Was it Robin Lau?
Not Rob Lowe.
No, not Rob Lowe. Literally not Rob Lowe. No, Robin. I think it's Robin Lau. I think his name is.
Yeah.
He was
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. He's the only one that came back. Like he's the only one.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just want to throw in. I also watched The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
I love that movie.
It's great. I forgot that Tim Curry was in it.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, I forgot that Ian McKellen is in it.
Yep.
It's like right at that precipice, right? Like as Alec Baldwin was transitioning from leading man to like comedy guy.
Yeah.
Like there are some deliveries that I swear are Jack Donaghy from 30 Rock.
Well, his Bruce or his Bruce Wayne as
Lamont Cranston,
yes. Is kind
basically just Jack Donaghy talking about things.
Yeah. But
I'm clouding men's minds, Lemon.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Alec Baldwin knows.
Yeah. But no, really good. And okay, so the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the one where they go back in time.
Yeah.
Lord Noriyaga, the Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Or Japanese guy, sorry.
Yeah.
He is in The Shadow. Yeah, I didn't realize, if one of those things.
He was in a lot of films actually, like in the 90s.
He was, yeah. But no, it's an easy mark for people to say, "Oh man, look how bad this is." But you got to understand, in the 90s, the only template that they had, the only thing they had to go off of for superhero-based films was Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, that and like you got to think The Shadow and Phantom,
yeah,
and Rocketeer are all based off old pulp comic heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, they are kind of cheesy because they come from the 30s.
That was kind of the point. Yeah, and like I said, it's easy to make fun of it. It's easy for websites or whatever to like go, oh look how garbage this is compared to now. Well, yeah, of course it is, but
it's a superhero movie from the 90s.
It's still a legitimate film, and I'm.
Oh no, I like it. I've always liked
check it out.
that movie, and the Billy Zane Phantom and the Rocketeer. Those are all they hold special places in my heart.
Oh man, the Phantom. When I was a kid, there for like 6 months solid, all I would do was play with Legos and watch The Phantom. And now, whenever I watch The Phantom, I swear, every time I get, in the back of my head, I get this inkling to go, man, I should dig out some Legos. I should build some stuff. That seems like a good idea.
I wanted a skull ring that shot laser beams.
Oh man,
so
that would be cool.
Bad.
Yeah. Oh man, Xander Drax.
Xander Drax.
God, that's such a great villain name. Talk about a movie with James Remar in it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, come full circle, you guys. But yeah, and Catherine Zeta-Jones was in the Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of her first roles. Crazy.
Oh man, they're cheesy, but those are such fun movies.
Oh, they're great. You know what? The cheesier the better. As far as I'm
I know,
concerned.
right?
Yeah.
I always liked how in The Shadow I think they put a prosthetic on Alec Baldwin's
Oh, they
nose
did, yeah.
to give him that hooked nose like the Phantom had in the comics and on the cover of the pulp novels.
Yeah. Oh, when he's in costume, I mean, he's barely in costume, and when
Yeah.
he is, he's usually hiding himself. But when he's in costume, he looks good. He looks like the Phantom.
Shadow.
Or the Shadow. Sorry, the Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Billy Zane looked good as the Phantom, too. So, you know,
well,
it's okay.
big purple spandex and a black domino mask.
Yeah.
I had a Shadow action figure when I was a kid.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there was a button on the back, and you could draw the two pistols.
I had a Shaywon Khan. I had the bad guy.
Yeah.
With like the Wolverine claws.
Yeah, and there was a thing on the top of the head, and when you shined a light through it, it made his eyes glow red.
Oh,
so
that's
he was
cool.
he was doing the clouding the hearts of or the minds of men thing.
Oh, man, that is so cool.
Once in a while, I run across it like at conventions and stuff. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, do I want to bring back the nostalgia a little bit? I don't know,
man.
but then I never do.
Yeah, see, man, I loved. You know, I had plenty of action figures when I was a kid, but I remember being in stores and just staring at like all the movie tie-in, like the weird knockoff, like 2 points of articulation, like cheapos, like the Last Action Hero action figures. I had like 3 or 4 of those things, and it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
that's it.
The Last Action Hero, like the toy car, was the best. Like that gold convertible.
Yeah.
Because you could push this button and this little lever would come out the bottom to pull the angled thing where he's driving in between cars in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Love that movie.
It is a great
it's
movie
a good movie too. Yeah.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a cartoon character playing a cartoon character.
Yeah, basically. But no, really good movie. And that's another one of those. Isn't that a Shane Black movie? Isn't that the guy who did Die Hard?
I think
and
it
stuff
is,
like
yeah.
that? Yeah. It was like a whole deconstruction of like the action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when he makes it to the real world and he like tries to do things that work in movies that don't work in real
yeah.
life, and the kid's like, "It doesn't work like that." He's like shooting at a car. And like, why didn't it blow up?
Or like the scene where they go to the video rental place.
Oh, yeah,
in the
yeah.
movie, and they come across like a standee for Terminator 2,
And it's Sylvester Stallone.
It's Stallone, like in the dressed up like the Terminator.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like Schwarzenegger like makes the comment like it's like one of his best movies yet or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. But no, God, such a good movie.
Plus, that has Danny DeVito as the cartoon character.
As
Literally
the cartoon cat. Yeah, the cat sidekick.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they do a
And
whole
the-
like Roger Rabbit thing.
Yeah.
And then the villain with like the interchangeable fake eyes.
Yes. Oh, that scene where he pops out of the movie and he like shoots a homeless guy in the street. He's in the real world.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there with a gun going, "I have shot a man in cold blood for $15. Is anyone going to come arrest me?" And someone just yells, "Shut up, you
Yeah.
or whatever." And he realizes in the real world the bad guys can win, and it's just one of the greatest like revelation kind of for him. Yeah, it's great to watch. Oh man,
I feel like we could do like a whole show on like the greatness of '90s movies.
we probably could. We probably could. But anyway, you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here and come back with a little bit of news and stuff.
All right.
Nerd Overload would like to thank IDE Computers for their support. With over 19 years of service, IDE is located on Delaware Avenue, Marion, 387-3376.
Nerd Overload is brought to you in part by Replays, Gameware, Movies, and more. Replays is a place for all your gaming needs, from retro up through current gen systems and accessories. They even have a free customer rewards program. Mount Vernon Avenue, Marion, across from the Marion Plaza. 751-4072 or online at facebook.com/replaysmarion. And we're back. That was the X-Files theme. The truth is out there. And speaking of the truth, got some hot truth right here. The X-Files is coming back.
Oh snap!
Is it this year or next?
I think it's next year.
Next year.
It's coming back for 6 episodes.
Yeah, only 6 episodes, which
As of right now.
which is kind of disappointing. Like, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but that's not enough.
Yeah,
I just love the fact that David Duchovny and
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
are coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling that 6 episodes might bump up a little bit. I think they're going to wait and see what. Honestly, I think they're going to wait and see what Twin Peaks does.
Right now,
Because that's another like
right now,
similar-
Twin Peaks is kind of in a
A limbo-y situation.
yeah, like they said they were coming back, but now it's a very unknown if they're coming back. A lot of it has to do with, I guess, one part is funding, which I don't understand why they just don't crowdfund it. Mm-hmm. And then the other part, I think, is some people are...
Yeah, I think they're having contractual disputes.
Yeah, like, casting issues.
Because David Lynch said recently maybe it's not going to happen. So.
That's a bummer.
I know, right?
I feel like Showtime will make it work, though, because they seemed pretty excited about bringing it back. I mean, they tweeted out about it and stuff.
Oh, yeah. They're the ones... Showtime were the ones who broke the news.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, they were like the rumblings before, but then they're like, they brought the truth of the best damn coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's swing back around to X-Files again. What kind of things do you think we're going to expect? We should expect from this new series?
I feel like since it's only 6 episodes, it's going to be dealing heavily with the continuing storyline that the X-Files has.
You mean like post movie kind of stuff?
Yeah, and the whole conspiracies and you're not going to get your fun Monster of the Week episodes, which are my favorite ones.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest bummer about it being 6 episodes for me is that we're not going to get those neat filler episodes.
Yeah, those are my favorite X-Files episodes. It's just the filler ones where they deal with some sort of monster or mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember there's the one with the Jersey I think it's like the 2nd episode of the 1st season or whatever. It's like the Jersey Devil. But it's like just feral people living in the woods. And they end up chasing the female through like the city and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was one with they thought they got an alien, and like Mulder was like so excited because they had like an alien body on the autopsy table, and it turns out and like Scully like pulls back a piece of it, and there's like a zipper, and it was a person in a costume, and it like you could literally see his heart breaking on screen.
What was the one with the circus performers? There's one where they go investigate a bunch of circus performers, and it turns out somebody has like a twin inside of them that can disconnect from their body and was going out and killing people.
Wow.
It was a really good, really creepy one.
Ooh.
Who's that worm guy?
Oh, the fluke worm monster
Yes.
guy. That's a classic. The big, like, white worm man.
Seriously, look up a picture of him. It is scary.
Yeah. It was the greatest show. I love the X-Files. I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah. Definitely.
Even if it is just temporary.
Yeah.
Again, these 6 episodes might go over great. They might come back for more.
Oh yeah, I
Who
mean,
knows?
I'm sure there's enough people out there that feel nostalgia for it that we're just gonna like, who's even doing it? What network or what?
It's Fox. It's Fox.
Oh, Fox. Okay.
So there's a 75% chance it's going to end after 5 episodes. And they'll play them out of order. They'll play the last one first because it tracks better. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, switching gears from shows that are coming back to shows that are not happening, Nintendo has gone kind of back on their word on this Legends of Zelda Netflix series.
Yeah, the president of Nintendo, Iwata, I can't remember what his first name is.
Mr.
Iwata-san.
Yeah,
He just flat out said, no, that's not a thing that's happening.
Well, he didn't flat out say no. He just
said it was
it's-
just a rumor.
It's a rumor and nothing's in development at this time. I think they didn't commit to it being like, no, this is never going to happen, the end. But
It's not happening right now.
Yeah, it's not a sure thing like everybody thought it was.
yeah.
Which I'm pretty okay with it.
Oh, sure.
I was
Yeah.
a little on the fence of a live action Zelda series anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about it when the news first broke, but yeah.
I feel like maybe we dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like watching crap. I don't care.
Yeah, like if it was bad, at least it'd be funny.
Exactly.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Yeah. I was going to say, at least we still have, the cartoon.
Yeah. But we are getting that Mario animated series though, or no, animated movie.
No, I thought that wasn't a given either.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about that.
I was under the impression that it was a signed deal.
I don't think it is. I think I read somewhere it's not anymore. But they were working on a deal with Sony Pictures Animation to do a Mario animated movie. But I think Nintendo squashed that too.
Yeah.
Oh, fine then. No non-video game IPs then.
Well, it doesn't make sense for Sony to make a Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. They could base it off of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah.
Find a replacement for Captain Lou Albano.
And Danny Wells.
Oh, and
They
Danny
both
Wells. Yeah, that's
pass.
right. They're both gone, aren't they? Man,
Swing your arms side to side.
The only remaining Mario brother is John Leguizamo.
that's true.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah.
He's the Highlander of Mario Brothers.
There could be only one Mario brother. He has all the memories and all the skills of all the other Marios.
It was the year of Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny Wells died during the year.
Yeah,
of
that's
Luigi.
right, he did, didn't he?
That's dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
it really
man.
is.
Yeah, let's
But,
move on.
If you think
Yeah.
about it, this Sony Mario Brothers movie could have just been like a long way around to sabotage Nintendo.
Yeah,
Like they could have made it real bad on purpose in hopes that it would affect games.
But
As a way to boost the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't think the PlayStation wasn't even out yet when that came out.
talking about the new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
the original.
Oh.
The animated one.
Oh, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Let's talk about comics.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Marvel Comics recently unveiled the cover of their all new, the quote unquote, all new, all different Avengers.
yeah. This is going to be post their big continuity reset.
Yeah, post
Battle
new
World.
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Post new Secret Wars.
Yeah, and we talked last week about how Marvel was canceling 33 books, and there was a worry.
Yeah.
A lot of people were worried because the majority of the books were
Like their brand new stuff.
the brand new stuff. A lot of their books that had that was female led, or outside of their classic lineup, I guess
Yeah.
would be the best way to put it.
the stuff that people are familiar with.
Yeah, like the Falcon, Captain America, the female Thor,
The new Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, all
Yeah, that stuff.
And people were worried that because of the universe reboot, everything was going to go back to status quo, and we're going to lose everything.
All the changes they just made.
Well, the cover for the new Avengers book pretty well squashed any of those fears.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm beyond happy.
I'm pulling up the cover of it right now. On the cover, we have Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. We have Nova, the kid Nova, the one that was
Sam Alexander.
the one that was being written by Jerry Duggan, who also was doing Deadpool and about a half dozen
Yeah,
other books.
and also appears in the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series on Disney.
Right. Fun fact: Jerry Duggan used to be a director on the G4 channel's Attack of the Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Marvel Comics is his gig after G4 closed.
I miss G4.
Oh yeah, me too. But anyway, back on topic, back on target. We have the Vision, which makes sense with the new Avengers movie coming
We'll actually
out
finally
soon.
get a live-action Vision, yeah.
Yeah. We have the Falcon, Captain America.
Sam Wilson,
Yep. We have the female Thor.
who's yet to be revealed who she is.
But I've heard by the time this comic comes out,
We'll know who she is.
know who she is.
Okay.
And let's see, an Iron Man looking character, which people have speculated is either Iron Man or Pepper Potts, who has recently become a superhero called Rescue. Her armor is all non-lethal.
Yeah, she's a medical, basically a medical support character.
Yeah, basically.
What appears to be like Duke's hand.
Well, that's there. It looks like that's probably the
Slimer.
no, I wish
Slimer?
I wish it were Slimer. That would be great. No, it's the
The Hulk.
he's atomic powered. He's like a
Okay.
Radioactive man from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I think like Radiation Man or Radioactive Man or something like that.
Okay.
And we also have Spider-Man, but it's Miles Morales
From the Ultimate
From the
Universe.
Ultimate Universe, which is a kind of a big deal.
Yeah, because the Ultimate Universe was getting destroyed in the comic storyline.
Right. And we've talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of times. So, what do you guys think of this lineup?
That's a pretty awesome lineup. I'll read it.
I'm excited. I'm glad they're keeping some of their changes. I feel like they've listened to the fans a little bit, and I understand they want to go back to what average people are going to know from what they've seen in the movies and stuff like that. But I'm really glad they're keeping their changes.
Yeah.
It's cool to see Kamala Khan move into like the wider continuity too.
Yeah. She's pretty much been just kind of stuck to her own book.
And she also did appear in issue 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, true.
But I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. It makes me wonder if they're going to have a different Avengers team with other characters that are maybe more.
There's the A-Force too.
Oh yeah, A-Force. That's the all-female led.
Yep. She-Hulk and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me kind of wonder what exactly is going to happen with the Avengers team they have now with like Superior Iron Man and Angela and all them.
I imagine a version of that team is also going to be, a separate book.
It's called The Avengers for Boring People.
Yeah, right.
That don't like change.
Yeah, but no, But in all honesty, yeah, there's going to be a comic that is going to be closer tied to the Avengers movie. They're going to have a lineup that's more of that core,
like
main Thor,
Ant-Man, Steve
Iron
Rogers.
Man, Hawkeye, that sort of thing.
Oh, Hawkeye, yay.
Yeah.
They should just do a cinematic universe line that maybe has, maybe put a red binding around the side so this is a cinematic universe book.
Well, that's
something.
That's the whole point of this reboot thing.
Is they're cutting down their universes to one prime universe.
Yeah, they had the Ultimates, which for all intents and purposes
were essentially the cinematic universe.
Was like the setup cinematic universe. That's where we got Sam Jackson, because they drew Nick Fury to look like Sam Jackson in the comic.
There are so many things, especially in some of the movies. There were scenes that were directly pulled from the Ultimate storyline.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Like when in the first Thor movie, when he's basically under arrest and Loki just kind of comes to visit him and no one else can see Loki. That's in the book. Mm-hmm. The container that Loki drops out of the helicarrier with Thor inside it.
Yeah.
That's in the Ultimate book. Mm-hmm. It was basically all just what they pulled from.
It's not clear to the consumer that's walking out of the movies and wants to buy a comic, like, how are they supposed to know they want the Ultimate line?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I understand that, and I understand all the moves they're making, but I'm just glad that this version of the characters that I've been excited about for the past year are sticking around, at least for a little while longer. Well, speaking of other comic news, some rumblings from the DC universe are starting to pop up.
Oh, the movies, right?
Yeah. They're live action films.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's get into this topic again.
All aboard the complaint train. Woo!
Awesome. Well, first off, they released an image of Jesse Eisenberg as
as Lex Luthor.
As Lex Luthor.
But yeah, Facebook boy is Lex Luthor.
Yeah, and I am happy to say he is bald.
Yeah,
he
got that right.
Pretty much exactly how I expected.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I expected his head to look so big.
I did.
He looks like a potato head.
He does. He really, really does.
Some people look okay bald.
He does not.
He is not someone who looks okay bald.
Like, okay, comparing this to what like Vincent D'Onofrio looks like as Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix series that's coming out.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a convincing bald man.
He is. He looks okay. With crazy hair from Law & Order or with this bald head, he looks fine. Mark Zuckerberg clone, he looks ridiculous.
Yeah. He is a pencil-thin mustache away from looking like Egghead from the 60s Batman show.
Played by Vincent Price.
Yes.
Insert all egg puns here because they were all said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty excruciating before the show.
Yep.
Score one for Sam right there. Yep.
Ding.
But along with that, there was a leak of a potential portion of the movie story that the reason why it's Batman versus Superman or Superman versus Batman is that at some point in the movie, the first meeting of Superman and Batman is when Superman flies to Gotham at the behest of Lex Luthor to beat the tar out of Batman. So in this movie, we're going to have at one point working for Lex Luthor, working for the bad guy. How wrong can they get this movie? I swear, it's like they're trying to make it the worst movie possible now. I don't understand.
I feel like with every step forward they make, they take at least 10 backwards.
Here's the thing.
Have they made any forward steps?
They're not making forward steps.
I like the Batman costume. And I liked the pictures of the Batmobile.
Which I hear is going to show for exactly one scene until Superman punches it in half.
Yay! God.
Yeah, exactly.
You're killing me, Warner Brothers Smalls.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful. We're still going to see it, but it's going to be awful.
Oh, my God. At this point, yeah, I will go see it just because it is going to be the worst. It's going to be real bad.
Hey, you know, people complaining about Ben Affleck playing Batman because how bad Daredevil was. You're going to have a new replacement.
And there's at least 10 years worth of movies that are set to spin off from this. So the next 10 years of Justice League related DC movies are all going to be like this.
Or this just fails so hard that it destroys all of their plans for a solid 10 years and they got nothing.
All of the contracts that they're signing with the signed on actors are like for multiple, like 5, 6. So if either Warner Brothers is going to have to shell out, like, you know, buy out their contracts or whatever so that the movies don't get made, or they're just going to have to pump out a ton of terrible movies.
Well, it's not like they haven't been pumping out terrible movies for a while now. Anyway.
True.
Especially when it comes to their comic book universe.
Yeah. And the last thing about this, it's more rumor than news. I almost didn't want to report on it, but the actor Tyrese Gibson, he's an actor. He's a former model. He was a
musician.
I think he's a musician. Although that might be someone else named Tyrese. I'm not quite sure at this point.
It's not going to help things.
He's been lobbying really hard to play Green Lantern. He's really into the idea of being Green Lantern. And the other day, he had on his Instagram a Photoshop of him in a Green Lantern costume saying, you know, reading the oath, see you soon. And then it was immediately taken down like an hour later. Huh. So it could have just been him like being overzealous on him, like
just goofing
off. Or he could have been actually cast as Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and got a little overexcited about sharing it with people, and Warner Brothers is like, no, not yet.
No.
We still have another, 6 months worth of bad news to put out before we can announce it. Yeah. Which, if this happens, if he is cast, that means the entirety of the Justice League has been cast.
Has there been a Flash?
There has been a Flash. I'm going to look up his name right now. He is someone that I have never heard the name of, to be honest. You guys keep talking.
I'm still mad the fact that they're not pulling their television series actors into it. I really enjoy Grant Gustin as Barry Allen.
It's never going to happen.
I know,
it's never going to happen.
I know, but it's still stupid.
And it makes no sense to me why they don't tie in the TV and
their successful and good TV shows.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And the fact, Marvel's doing it and it's working really well for them.
Yeah.
I mean, when AKA Jessica Jones come out, that'll be the 4th Marvel series that ties into everything. Because you got, S.H.I.E.L.D. and you've got Agent Carter, the Daredevil series, and then Jessica Jones. It feels like, God, that bald head is ridiculous.
Yep, there's another picture of it. Whoa, that's bad.
Did they dye his eyebrows gray?
I think they did.
Why would they do that?
Because everything in those movies is gray.
Everything must be gray and dark brown.
Gray Lantern.
That's it.
But yeah, the TV shows are so good, and these movies sound so bad. Like, even iZombie continues to be good. There was a new episode this week.
Yeah, it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was really good. Continues to be entertaining shows.
Yeah, I shut it off right when it started because I still hadn't watched the first one. I was like, oh, nope.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of at the point where you would pick up, and there was a huge recap at the beginning.
Sometimes I feel like the whole reason they gave Aquaman the scale tattoos is because Jason Momoa actually has those tattoos on his arm.
Yeah, I'm kind of suspecting that as well. Scoot McNairy.
Scoot.
What?
His name is Scoot McNairy. He's either the Flash or Jimmy Olsen. Remember when we reported, this was a long time ago, that this actor Scoot McNairy was walking around on set with like green screen on his calves and feet, and how it was either he was the Flash running fast and that was how they're doing the CG, or Jimmy Olsen was crippled in the fight in Metropolis. Remember when we talked about that? Yeah. How in this movie universe, Superman may have actively crippled his best pal.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, Did you see Metropolis at the end of that film? It was gone. It was like Tokyo at the end of the original Godzilla.
It was pretty rough.
Well, moving on from the terrible movie news and more into more television news.
The Warner Brothers superhero complaint train segment is done.
We pulled into the station.
Imagination.
The completion
station?
Yeah.
Well, as I've said, Netflix a lot. Netflix here lately has been picking up a lot of series, like from all over the spectrum, and it's been great.
Yeah.
You know, but now they are reviving a cartoon classic, at least as far as I'm concerned, because I loved it when I was a kid. And it did spawn 2 awful movies. The cyborg goofy inspector himself, Inspector Gadget, is getting a new series on Netflix, and it's completely computer-generated animations.
Okay, I've seen screen tests of this.
Yep. They've released a trailer today, actually, of what it's going to be. And it definitely seems to be more of a future take on the series.
Yeah.
Like, Penny's got some kind of, like, crazy, like, holographic floating notebook thing. But I'm not sure how I feel about it. Yeah, Chief Quimby's, like, popping out of random places. And
Like usual.
Yeah, like usual, and giving Gadget his missions. And I'm sure Brain and Penny will be the ones actually making the saves versus...
Well, sure. That's
the whole formula of the series.
If they have Inspector Gadget actually solve a crime by himself, that is like the opposite of what
that would be the shark jumping moment
Yeah.
for Inspector Gadget.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure how it could be great. You know, I feel kind of bad that I'm automatically predisposed to not like it because of the CG. I don't know. I think it's because that's the cranky old man in me for not liking change.
I think that TV CG has come a long way since, like,
Oh yeah, it's definitely come.
Jimmy Neutron days.
You want to talk about what about Reboot?
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
Reboot.
Reboot, Transformers, Beast Wars.
Oh man,
Beast Machines was even worse.
rough. That's rough stuff. Now, am I right in believing that the CGI is done in France? Wasn't because I thought for some reason it's stuck in my head that the animation company that helped on like Despicable Me and like did those really creepy McDonald's like Happy Meal box commercials.
Those things are terrifying.
Did they already get rid of those? I feel like maybe
No, I
no.
still see them every once in a
Yeah,
while.
they're still around.
But for some reason, I thought that animation house was also doing Inspector Gadget.
I think they're Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. I think because the original Inspector Gadget was animated in France.
Well, yeah, I would expect that, especially the fact that he's called Inspector Gadget and not like Detective Gadget.
Yeah.
Inspector is definitely a more European kind of law enforcement title.
Yeah.
Detective Gadget sounds weird. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
And I know, right? It's,
Sounds
ugh.
wrong.
I don't know. Who knows? It could be great. Not that the original Inspector Gadget was all that great.
Yeah, I remember it being one of those shows that like I didn't really like it as a kid, but I would watch it because it was on and it was animated.
Oh,
Oh no, I loved it.
yeah, it was great for me when I was.
Oh yeah,
a kid.
I loved it. I wore a VHS tape out. No, like seriously, it had 2 episodes on it. The whole tape was called like Trouble in Time or something like that, and it was 2 episodes where they went back in time. One to caveman days and met caveman Inspector Gadget ancestor with
Awesome.
like Flintstones-esque technology, like sticks tied to each other coming out of his tiger skin hat.
Nice, excellent.
And then they went to Roman gladiator times and met Gadgetus.
Inspecticus Gadgetus?
Yes, it was something that cheesy. Basically, they were chasing mad agents through time and like getting help from ancestors, and then random villains from that era.
Now, the screen test that I watched didn't have any of the voice actors. Did the one that the trailer that you
It had
watched?
talking, yeah.
It had talking?
Yeah, it had-
Does
it
he
had-
sound like Inspector Gadget? Does he sound like Don Adams?
Kinda. I mean, everyone sounds kind of weird. Like Chief Quimby's voice is not as deep as I would like it. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's all kind of weird. And you see Dr. Claw for like 2 seconds.
Would you say they missed it by that much?
I can't make that.
Okay.
that thing just yet.
Okay.
It's too soon.
So
But
get
it comes
smart
out.
reference.
It comes out March 27th. So
Okay.
tomorrow.
Hey, Well,
Check it out tomorrow on Netflix.
Yesterday, actually,
What? Oh, yeah.
because this is Saturday.
Oh, that's right. It would
yeah.
be Saturday.
Oh no! Oh no!
I've broken.
We pulled back the curtain.
No, I've broken the fourth wall.
No, this show is live. Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah. You know what? I think we should go ahead and wrap it up here. We were pretty close to the hour, I think. Again, you've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thanks for listening.
You can find us on Facebook.
Facebook.com/Nerd Overload website.
There we go.
I just write it on the wall.
We probably should.
Just paint it on the wall.
We can also go to nerdoverload.com. We're going to have content on the site soon, I promise.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for the website, but we're going to get back on it.
Yeah. Twitter, in theory, we're on Twitter at nerd_overload. I'm at Robot Caveman.
At Bearded Midgetor.
At NO Cody P.
All right, I think that does it. Again, thanks for tuning in. Check us out next week around 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And
Saturdays at 9.
that's right.
All right. Thanks for listening.
This show has been brought to you by Replays, Gameware, Movies, and more, and IDE Computers.